Harley Quinn, the animated series, I just love so very, very much. Not just because I adore DC Comics. Honestly, I don't know them very, very well. But on the show as a own, like as I know the characters only as these characters, I adore them so very, very much. Yeah. And I think it's a good thing that I don't know all of them because there are just so many different versions and timelines that it gets a lot. And I've been reading that this is a controversial show because not everyone finds the humor in spoofing these classic characters. Like, Bruce Wayne slash Batman in this season was just a sad sack. He did not do anything Batman coolish until like the second to last episode. And even then, he did not don the hood and cape. He just sort of lent out his toys to Harley and her family. While that is disappointing, I also think, hey, here's a spoiler from another movie. There was Gotham by Gaslight, and the twist in that movie was our dear, Commander Gordon, or Commissioner Gordon. Yeah, Commissioner Gordon. He was the villain. He was the guy. He was Jack the Ripper, kind of. Oh my lord. Yeah. Yeah. So why not let Bruce Wayne be the villain, okay? There are so many twists. Why not consider that Batman is not perfect? I know that when certain things you loved as a kid get rebooted and people take their characters completely different directions, that it can feel like, I don't know, like a betrayal. Like somebody is telling you what you liked isn't good enough anymore, and here is something that we think is better. Maybe it is, or maybe this is just for entertainment and a difference of opinion is okay. I don't think it's worth getting upset about, and I think it is good to, take a step back and see Batman for all his flaws. Like in the movies and comics, his misery is always shuttered under stoicism, so you can kind of, I don't know, respect it and think, okay, yeah, he's sucking it all up like you're supposed to do. In this one, they let him be sad, as he deeply, deeply is. Though one of the best moments for Bruce Wayne was when he finally got to, connect with his sons in that one episode. So sweet. Family. And this season was so good about family. Ugh. Like, Harley and Ivy have gotten to that part where, they're an old married couple. They aren't bickering at all. They still get along, not too annoyingly perfectly, but they just adore each other so much that they always want to work it out. They do. The sad spoiler is that our big bad guy, Lena Luthor. Love Alicia Tyler and her performance in this. I mean, the whole time I was thinking, wow, this is just Lana Kane finally getting to be carefree and happy. Good for her. And then as it progresses and her angle just slowly simmers and shows off how she's been just like planning this from like the back over and over, just like covering all her corners because she's rich and smart, she can. But there's also just something so cute about Lena where she's just always so like happy about her evil plans. Oh, I love when a villain is just happy to be evil. She kills Frank the plant. Like, God, I never ever saw that coming. I mean, they kill a lot of characters in this show. Usually it's just, hey, there are so many villains who can keep track. But no, Frank was like a character made in this show, and I adored him. He always had something funny. And it wasn't that he was always obnoxious that would get old. He also had some very sensitive moments where he was critiquing characters and saying nice things. The critiquing more than not, but still. His funeral was hilarious, though. And then he made Frank get out of Poison Ivy. Now, before this season, I never thought of Poison Ivy as Frank's mom. I mean, obviously she created him. That could not be denied, but I never really thought they had like a mom and son relationship. But no, now seeing it from that lens, I don't know, that's just kind of Poison Ivy. She's always been a little hands off. Doesn't mean she's unloving, like she would do almost anything for Frank and vice versa. So they don't fit the general roles. They were family. And then Frank made little Frank get. Yeah, even though she was only around for like 2 episodes, still just, Ivy having a baby that she immediately taught how to say fuck you was so sweet. So, so sweet. Oh, I'm a little upset that like Frank and Harley didn't have more moments, but a lot was happening. Let Ivy bond with, her daughter, her last little bit of Frank. Though she is not just, a gender flip of Frank, she is a new thing. She is their daughter. Ah. And is it inbreeding? No, because this is all fantasy, plant, magic, science. So ignore that. But anyway. Lena hires Harley's dad to kill her, and he is, like, not bothered by it at all. Hell, he decides, hey, instead of just killing her, let's harvest her organs. Yeah. Yeah. Not by Harley. He is killed, like, in between shenanigans. And yeah, even though Harley has every reason in the world to hate him, she still does cry at his funeral because family's messy and complicated. The cute part is that Harley apparently has forgiven her mother since the whole last time trying to kill them. And I think that's just a thing in this show where, because, murdering each other and betraying each other is so common in the villain community, forgiveness is extended, like, a lot. There's a lot of slack with it. So Harley, being a supervillain, she's sometimes a hero, but also still having that, villain mentality. She is willing to forgive her mom, and then her mom comes into, like, the save the day mission with her and Ivy. And her mom Sharon is so happy to have a grandchild. Even if it's a mutant plant monster, they just love each other. Oh, my heart was so warmed by this. Like, the whole family, multiple generations coming together. That's just so sweet. Oh. And yeah, it is funny that Sharon is so much like Harley with, I don't know, her optimism, her way of looking at it from a different lens. That was really sweet. Yeah. Yeah, and I totally feel for Harley where, yeah, boomers are annoying as hell, but something about you want to give them slack too because they are your parents. It's so sad to me that I relate so hard to that. Yeah. Anyway. So, yes, other things. Oh, Lena and her family. Lex Luthor. I'm usually quite annoyed when there's always, like, the girl cousin of, a classic superhero character because I think, oh, that's such a cheap thing. Why not just, make a female character with her own powers and background? But no, in this case, yeah, Lena, she's been in Lex's shadow forever, and yet, as soon as they find common ground, they work together so well and use both of their big, evil, manipulative brains, and then they fight like kids, and I don't know, it shouldn't be so charming, but I found it charming. There is a good chance that they will not survive this, and again, there's so many villains and characters on the DC world that that's okay, but yeah, such a pity that they spent like 40 or 50 years not being friends. I mean, it's probably good for the rest of the world, but still. And Brainiac? Saddest spoilers, I have to tell you. So, when Superman decided to go on sabbatical and go into space for space vacations, I honestly thought that he was going to come across, like, Brainiac real son, like, all grown up and say, oh yeah, I escaped from, like, that hatch in the roof or, like, the extra space thing and just in all the many galaxies we never ran into each other, father. Or I've been avoiding you because you've been, like, a mass murderer. Yeah. That didn't happen. That did not happen. It's more that, Brainiac finding out that it's not that he's upset to be crazy, it's more that he's upset to find out how absolutely alone he is, and nothing will ever make him happy again. It's very, very, very sad. So he accepts self-destruct gracefully, and yeah, his last few moments are him hallucinating that he got to see his son get older, not turn into an adult, but older than the child when he left. Yeah. I will say it did piss me off that, like, Brainiac's wife never got a name, but we'll pass that because, yeah, that's all Brainiac really wanted. I guess it would be insensitive to say, hey, you're a robot, why not just build a new family? Grief doesn't work like that. People can't be replaced. I think Vision in the Marvel Universe tried doing that, but it's not that easy. So, yeah. I'm also really happy that I didn't recognize Stephen Fry as Brainiac at first. Like, I'm proud of you for the acting, dear. Like, I know you as, the funny big British dude and a great voice actor with audiobooks, I gotta say. But yeah, yeah. You just did a good job. You really embraced this character. You made Brainiac terrifying, but you also felt sorry for him because he is just that alone. You don't have to forgive him. You don't have to relate to him, but still, I pitied him. I really did. You know who I don't pity? Clayface and Bane and the Joker. I don't. I think it's very sweet that Bane has a family now. Like, he just made a family. He adopted Goldilocks from the Kite Man show. He got together with Betty, the nice woman who doesn't mind his Bane quirks. Yeah, yeah. It's just nice. Bane has his girls, and they love him back, and they appreciate him despite his Baneness. But Bane. You could have made it all so much easier at the end if you had just listened to Harley and lied about the musical's ending. As somebody who loves musical theater, I thought it was just so well done. Even if it was just a spoof, it was a good spoof. Hell, I want to see a Harley Quinn musical now. Oh my god. I would love that. You know, like maybe go through like season 1 through 3 or 4, where, yeah, Harley leaves the Joker. She makes new friends. She and Poison Ivy fall in love. They have to defeat a worse bad guy and kind of become friends with Batman. Kind of. You know, Batman hanging out with all the supervillains is weird, but at the end of the day, who else knows Batman as well as his villains? I don't know. If anyone knows Batman, I wish it was the people in Justice League, but I really doubt it. I feel like office parties would make him feel awkward. But yeah, Bane, you just make everything so much harder, but your know-it-allness and your anal attentive, like, habits of, like, the details, they are aggravating, but also you're such a, like, you know, helpful lug. I forgive you, even though you're an idiot. And Clayface! I love that Clayface just finds joy and has so much hubris in his own failings. But wow. You did not make it easier either. Why did you skip Frank's funeral? I will say that I did get, I don't know, satisfaction from seeing him kidnap, like, Perry White. But I like the clear line sometimes when they say, oh yeah, heroes and villains. Clayface, so far you've just been a self-absorbed, you know, like, team player in the villain community, but to see you kidnap a man, steal his identity, ruin the Daily Planet to the point where you got, like, you know, Mugraker awards. Oh god, that's true villainy there. I love that. There's no gray area there. That's just evil. And the fact that he and Bane were, like, just taking shots to celebrate, that was sweet. Oh, and the Joker. I am so mad that Commissioner Gordon did not kill that son of a bitch. I'm so mad. He shot sweet Barbara. Oh, he's horrible. Oh. I won't lie, the part where, you know, he's complaining and while all the evil robots are attacking him, he's just, like, you know, using his little toys, like his little, like, shooty flower thing that shoots acid, like, without even blinking or breaking a sweat. He's so dangerous with just his toys. I respect that. It's one of the reasons you respect Batman. He just always has, like, you know, a toy on hand. That was great. Did I like this version of Lois? No, I found her kind of dull. And that's okay because, yeah, there are other versions of Lois to appreciate. I'm starting to appreciate how absolutely manic the My Adventures with Superman Lois is. Her design, I mean, if the Owl House didn't exist, I think it would be totally fine, but it took me a while to get over that. And then there's a live action version. I don't care about Superman or like Lulu that much, but I am excited at them choosing Miss Maisel, or the marvelous Miss Maisel. I swear I did watch the show, and the actress, like the leading lady that they chose to play Lois, is brilliant. I mean, she has a very cute face, but she knows how to deliver a quick line, and that is what I always needed in Lois. This one did not have any quick lines, but I don't know, there's like a fine line in not making your lady characters like too manic and crazy and ready to fight, and also being quick-witted and still kind-hearted. You don't want to make them all a Harley Quinn, and there are totally ways to do that, but in this zany, like, you know, Harley Quinn world, it's a little tricky. And then Golden Glider, If I could bring back the Kite Man show for two reasons, it would be Golden Glider and Malice. I found those two ladies to be so interesting, and then their somewhat friendship at the end, so weird and interesting. So, yeah, I don't need the show to come back at all, but if there is, God hoping, a Harley Quinn season 6, I want them to be in it. But I have my doubts. Mostly because I feel like last year, before season 4 ended, that they said they had renewed the season by now, but they didn't. And it was just more of a coming to peace at the end of this episode for Harley and Ivy, where after almost dying in space, they go have a party with their closest friends, not including Catwoman and Batgirl, or I'm sorry, Oracle now. That was disappointing to me, but again, I want to see more of this show, or at least more DC animated series. I heard there's going to be a Green Lantern one, and that's cool, but I don't know, I like this version of the characters. And in this version of the characters, Harley is going to try to help the aliens that Superman saved with, her psychiatry skills. And God, you gotta love that, okay? Harley was almost an Olympic gymnastic, but then just switched over psychiatry, and she actually is kind enough that she wants to help people, not for money, but just for the sake of helping people. I was not expecting to like King Shark's adorable son, but no, there is something about his innocence and his annoyingness and how they made it the right amount of like kid annoying, but still well written. That was just so cute. And when he says he had like, nightmares about his mom taking his brother away, that happened. Harley just wanted to like, watch him and like, ugh. It wasn't that's the reason Harley wanted to watch him thing, but the fact that after he said that, he's like, okay, honey, you have to start seeing me as a therapist later. I found that very sweet. And I love that King Shark doesn't want to discipline him because he wants him to be an artist. That's so sweet. But yeah, there was just a moment where it ended on a really good joke where like Harley is just asking, so do you want to go and fuck some stuff up? And Poison Ivy's just like, you had me at you want to go fuck. That's perfect for them. It's perfect. And Gotham looks a little less terrifying. I don't know. Maybe Superman decided to clean it up because it's like, oh yeah, Superman, you can fly. Why don't you go to some other cities, ones that really need them? I doubt Batman is so egotistical that he would stop his, co-worker from helping his own city because he needed it. He is in a really bad space mentally, so why not let these so many other superheroes there are go help Gotham? Like, I'm pretty sure on that one show, Batman Brave and Bold, Batman was always visiting his, other superhero friends, and none of them were ever as smart as Batman, so that's why they always needed to call on him. But no, the idea that Superman just decided to help Gotham because, hey, he wanted a challenge, it's not said in that, but I feel like it's implied. Yeah, I found that sweet. So, even though Ivy seems satisfied to be in their old department back in Gotham and to, just deal with the problems they have, I want to see them deal with other problems. I don't think Poison Ivy will, take over the world, destroy all humans, and let it, rewild like she really wants because she can't live in a world where Harley is unhappy, and Harley wants people to live. But still, I think she can destroy some things. Maybe smaller, medium-sized destruction, but still. In this Trump world we have, I need a Poison Ivy. And Harley, God, there are so many team-ups in the comics that she goes through, and there are just so many other characters that I'd love to see, in this animated world. That's why I want a season 6. I just want to see more characters reborn in this. I want to see Harley and Ivy continue to be in love. But I don't really have control over that, so if this is the last season of the Harley Quinn show, I'm super grateful. I'm grateful that it existed. I'm grateful that they wrote Harley Quinn as an incredibly flawed woman, but also a still very funny woman. I love how angry they let her be. It wasn't totally perfect, but you can't make everybody happy. But they made me happy. They made me laugh a lot and think a lot and just want to read comics more, to be totally honest with you. And also made me think, all the ways that characters can be interpreted more. I mean, they do that more than ever these days, at least that I'm seeing. And yeah, I find that special. So yes, DC, You don't have to try to make live action movies. You aren't Marvel, and you don't have to be. But for my whole life, you have always made the best animated series. Like, I love them. Oh, so good. So, Harley Quinn, you made a great show.